That's okay. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. So, we have about 24 hours before we have to leave. Let's crash. We can stop by the bank, but, well, we got time. We must visit the bank, Monsieur Fogg declared. A robbery, monsieur? No, you have additional funds? I am a gentleman. They would extend me credit if required, he replied, but do you suppose I put my entire fortune into a carpet bag under your supervision? I did not answer. I regarded. The manager. I regarded the manager of the bank. We entered a small woman who greeted us with warm glee. You wish to withdraw funds, we were told. I warn you, it may take some time. No, this will not do. I told the manager. We swept out of the bank. Thankfully, our situation is not desperate, my master declared. Onwards! Onwards indeed, sir. You can manage another case, can't you, Passepartout? I can, sir. Oh, okay, yeah. We have 3 now, apparently. Anything in the marketplace you want to buy? We can buy an evening jacket. 2 out of 3 owned. There you go. Alright, so let's crash until tomorrow morning, and then we'll go. We took a room and settled in, and I afforded my master every service. He's at 91, he's fine. I engaged another guest in conversation to find out what I could, but gathered little abuse. Relations with Fogg have deteriorated slightly. Sorry, Phidias. Alright, depart. We can take up to 4 briefcases, suitcases, and we'll only go down 6. Sweet! Bucharest was on the main line of the Orient Express, but its station saw numerous other services go in and out, so many so that I could not work out which one went to Odessa. But with a little standing around and tipping my hat, I made the acquaintance of the station master, an old goat whose accent was almost incomprehensibly thick. He was partial to a tipple. So I poured out a little vodka and compared notes about the complexities of running a freight interchange versus shaving and preparing shirts for a particular gentleman. Would you imagine we found much in common? So tell me, I hazarded, which of these trains is bound for Odessa? He pointed to one with an anchor painted on the side. That's an easy one. The train to Minsk, that's out of the spot. He pointed to another beside it. Ah, we can go to Odessa or to Minsk. This is so north, isn't it? Oh, crap. If we go to Odessa, we don't know where to go from there. We can try to get to something or other Russian word that way. Or or we can go north to Minsk. And then we have a straight shot all the way over to the East Coast. We're gonna go on the Steel Fish. We boarded the one painted with a steel fish. We were bound for Minsk. I explained the destination to my master, but he seemed untroubled. Monsieur Fogg merely opened his pocketbook, drew a single stroke across his last line, and began a new page. Yeah, we're gonna take a left, because Minsk will take us, yeah, it'll take us, I mean, yeah, Warsaw to Minsk to, hell yeah. Hell yeah! Converse. Greetings, monsieur. Call me Monsieur Drags if you must speak to me. How about Minsk to Moscow? Apparently Minsk is connected to Moscow, is that right? You mentioned trains. I've been told Omsk is connected to Karimskaya by rail, but the fare is over 1,000 pounds. Whoo! Vodka. A shot of poison for you, monsieur. Sounds wonderful. Tell me about Kaminskaya. What else do you know about Kaminskaya? Hardly seems important. How about Kaminskaya to Beijing? Yes, my childhood sweetheart was stranded in Karimskaya just before the Trans-Manchurian Express to Beijing went missing. Oof. Beijing to Pyongyang, Canton, Lahore, Pyongyang? Let's just say that you can pick up handheld mirrors in Pyongyang, extremely valuable in San Pedro. That's great! Karimskaya to... Ooh, it splits. To Beijing or Pyongyang, okay. Hello, Dark Holy, welcome. Help Fogg. Thank you. Your attention's almost beneficial. Yes, I'd like to think so, sir. Considering that we're taking some damage along the way, because it's a very crowded train. We woke to find we still had not yet arrived. Low hills rolled past, and the trees outside the windows changed to thick pine forest, clambering up and down over rocky slopes which the train itself blasted straight through. We passed a border post marking the edge of the Russian land, but still we rolled on. Ugh. Whew. Okay, opens at 7 a.m. It's 7:30 p.m. We can't do anything until tomorrow. Let us plan our route. Now we can leave right away, but Phidias ain't doing so hot. 220 pounds arrives tomorrow. So we can skip Minsk entirely and head straight to Moscow. You know what's great? We sold our damn wine because I didn't think we were making it to Moscow. 5 grand we could have made. Was it 50? No, it was 5,000. Yeah, I sold it because, damn it. We will crash until 7. I mean, we can leave right now and go. You know what? Let's just go. Higher extra space, yeah. And plus 10. Okay. We'll go. We're gonna go now. We're just gonna skip and just head out. It's not a great idea, but we'll do what we can. The train pulled out from Minsk Station well after midnight. Monsieur Fogg had taken to tapping his watch every time we began a new journey, as though he was recording the time of departure through some fantastical spring-operated signal. Most likely a nervous habit. A man of Monsieur Fogg's composure and steady complexion must surely have some vagaries in his mental closet. There was little time to do anything before total darkness enveloped the train. That's okay. Clean up fog a little bit. Or try to. Apparently that didn't work. Converse. Greetings, mademoiselle. Good evening. Moscow to Karamskaya, Uzurka, Vladivostok. Vladivostok. I'm glad that the Trans-Siberian Express runs from Moscow across Russia. Oh, really, monsieur? I need to go... Okay, what about Vladivostok to Hong Kong? Can you travel from Vladivostok to Hong Kong? Have you heard that you can pick up hunting rifles in Hong Kong? Extremely valuable in Batavia, excuse me. Great, I don't... How about Vladivostok to... Yeah, we already know that one. Honolulu. Can we get to Vladivostok to Honolulu? Probably, but you can pick up harmonicas in Honolulu. Extremely valuable in New Orleans. Thank you! You Russians are useless to me. Morning came and we were still crossing the Russian countryside, the train moving on its slow and steady way. Actually, Phidias ain't doing so hot, so we're gonna help out. Because this is gonna be basically a run and gun towards the other side, so... Waiting on my master's needs. There we go. And bringing him tea, and the color returned to his cheeks under my care. Finally, we pulled into the stone edifice that was Moscow Station and disembarked. I like this, how you don't get to actually play as Phidias, but you have to maintain him. I think we can complete our Gentleman Traveler set here for protection against uncomfortable conditions. Alright, cool. Let's check out our stuff. So, false passport, part of the left of the law set. Ah, part of the gentleman's package. We shall take. Salve of Arnica, part of the rest and recuperation set. Cold compress, rest and recuperation set. Vodka, 22. Medallion, 44. Cigars, goggles. Antalya. We're not going anywhere near Antalya, are we? We don't need the European shipping timetables any longer. Evening jacket. Gentleman Traveler, Gentleman Traveler, Gentleman Traveler, right? No, that's the English wardrobe set. We can go ahead and get rid of that one. Do the Gentleman Traveler set. Keep our vodka. We have the Dusty Road set, which I like. Yeah, the cigar. I kind of want to get rid of this. You know, I don't think we're going by balloon. We're 1300 in high eel. Ugh. Crap. Choices, choices, choices. I don't think we're going to Antalya, but I can't say that for certain. And the last time I made that choice, I dropped off the edge of the world. But you know what? I'm going to say we're not going to Antalya. I'm going to say that we're just going to stay here. We're going to switch down to 2 suitcases, and we're going to go. Should protect us against uncomfortable conditions and help us negotiate times of upper-class journeys. That's good. Let us plan our trip. Whoa. We can go all the way to Vladivostok for 16 days and $3,700! Shoot. We're a little low on cash. So where are we now? Actually, where are we now? We are in Moscow. Everybody else is ahead of us. Crap. Arrives Tuesday. Omsk arrives next Thursday. That is expensive. Irkutsk is 1,600. 2,300. Okay, we're gonna head to Irkutsk. Negotiate. In 3 days or in 2 days, so we can... We can cut it down. Departs into Irkutsk in 3 days at 3 a.m. minus 49 health. We can take 2 bags. Okay, so we have 3 days at 11 a.m. So we're gonna be chilling in Moscow for a couple of days. Crossing Russia by train, so the dusty road said it's probably not that important right now. Probably. Moscow was not a comfortable city for a Frenchman. A local composer had just written a piece of people were calling the 1812 Overture, commemorating the Russian victory over Napoleon's invading Grande Armée and that fateful year. Patriotic passions were at fever pitch. So I stayed very sensibly indoors. Last time we got in trouble. Alas, my friends, my solitude was quickly interrupted by an officious rap on the door. 2 men in clothes so plain that they were most certainly police officers invited themselves in. I had heard of the Okhrana, the newly formed secret police which investigated revolutionaries and malcontents. My luck, it seemed, had deserted me, so I resolved to make my own. They asked me my name and purpose, and I answered deferentially, keeping to the truth and not raising my eyes from the floor. They seemed skeptical about our journey. I could not blame them. Anyone would be surprised by our supposed race, given it was day 17 and we were only just in Moscow. At length they nodded. One removed a curious monocle and placed it into his pocket. It seems you are truthful, crazy, but truthful. Why you travel through Russia, we do not understand. Perhaps you are heading for Vladivostok? We have considered it. Vladivostok is closed to all but military personnel. If you're thinking of going that way, choose again. I proceeded to rummage through our cases, tossing our possessions in all directions, but evidently finding nothing of interest. Do not stay in Moscow too long. Russia air does not suit Frenchmen. I took their warning to heart and quite looked forward to departing the Tsarist capital. Now I hope they're spending too much time in Passepartout. That money has to last all the way around. Yeah, well, apparently some of our money vanished. Unfortunately, he says you cannot go to Vladivostok. Well, that's okay. So we have to cut across to Pyongyang anyway, so... Can we renegotiate? They're asking for 790, which would leave us with too little to afford the ticket. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we'll just keep going to Irkutsk. That's fine. Price is rather steep. 830 tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. I'd rather leave than not. We're now very poor. That's okay. So, we'll explore, see what we can find, if anything. New routes discovered. St. Petersburg to Moskovik to Tsarsenia to Astrakhan, which wouldn't make any difference. I spent a few hours in exploration, learning ways in which we might travel onward. And that was it. Can we depart yet? Please go now. No, I do not want to go there. Why are we going there? That is not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go... Omsk. We were headed to Irkutsk, right? Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., yeah. We want to go here, to Karamskaya, because we'll head south to Pyongyang and hope to God we find a way through there. So, tomorrow at 11 a.m. So, again, we have to stay yet another day in Moscow. Moskovik. With the last light of the evening, I afforded my master every service. Yeah, why not? Relations with Fogg have improved slightly. Yes, he's good. Ensuring he had fresh tea. Alright, we have to go until 11 a.m. There's not much we can do, so we have to leave by 11. Well, we can still leave by 11, so we're going to Karamskaya. Here we go. 2,300. Ticket price is 2,300 more than we can pay. Uh-oh. Siberian weather. This looks like a wearisome route. Ah! I was too busy negotiating. I don't have any cash. We can only get to Omsk. And then we're stuck. Wait, what time does the bank open? At 11 a.m. Crap! My train leaves at 11 a.m. Alright, we have to make the choice. Well, we can go to the market. It's open now. And you did say our duster set probably doesn't really matter. Yeah, dusty set's not gonna matter, but that's okay. Yeah. Yep. Nope. 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 Vodka. Okay. Well, we're now at 1600 and we're poor. mm, uh, I need to get the. We might have to wait another day. So. Okay. Well, we'll see if we can get a loan, and we'll try to get to Irkutsk, where it's probably where we're gonna get stopped. I'm afraid. And 11. Come on, you can do it. Boop. Alright, go to the bank. Monsieur Fogg snapped shut his ledger. Let us see if this bank can offer us a good return for our time. I regarded the bank as we entered. It was a palace of stone and shimmering marble floors with beautiful windows, fountains, and plants. You want to make a withdrawal? The manager asked. You may have to wait a day or two. 3,000 on Wednesday or 5,000 for a week. "7 days! 3 days for 1,000. Oh, man. You don't. Yeah, no. This will not do. This other management, we left the bank. We have sufficient funds for now, Monsieur Fogg said. We must continue. Actually, we just screwed ourselves over really bad. He keeps wanting us to head to St. Petersburg. These are not going to do us any good no matter what we do. Yeah, we're kind of boned. Because Omsk is as far as we can go, and it leaves tomorrow at 8. Okay. Well, one more day. As night fell, I spent a few hours walking around, but found nothing of any particular interest. Yeah, there's no more information about Moscow, so we can depart now, because we're going to just head to Omsk. And it's going to be all of our money! Hooray! The bell on the stuccoed and whitewashed Moscow train gave its third and final clang, and the platform erupted into frenzy. Convicts in the prison car rattled their irons and sang the Melozordanya, the exile song of despair, while businessmen and prospectors in smart fur-trimmed coats slipped money to the provodniks to secure their compartments. I did the same, and we found ourselves in a small cabin with heated water and even a shaving mirror. Your friends have gone down a little. Relations with Fogg have strengthened slightly. So we are now very poor. Seem to be running low, Passepartout. I know. Greetings, Monsieur Degustin. Let us share a glass of white wine, or wine together, monsieur. Omsk to Karamskaya to Ursurik, Irkutsk. We'll try Irkutsk. You mentioned trains. I've been told one can travel from aboard the Salt Lake to San Pedro Railroad from San Pedro to Salt City. Well, that's nice. Can we get to anywhere useful? How about the Pangsao Pass? Have you heard that the fastest way to Pangsao Pass is from here is through Agra? I could have gone to Agra, but thank you. How about the Krasnovodsk? No idea, but now Krasnovodsk will be a major world capital soon, you will see. Oh, that's nice. So apparently you can go to San Pedro to Las Vegas to Salt Lake City. It's cool. And onward and upward. We were away. I was affixed to the windows the first day. Actually, I familiarized myself with the train's layout. The last two carriages were heavily guarded prison cars, then fourth class, then third, and so on, with amenities scattered between passenger cars. Let's try... You know what? Let's try the chapel, oddly enough. The candlelit chapel was presided over by the long-bearded Orthodox priests and full of the pious, and was positioned near the crew's quarters. I spent an hour listening to their murmured chanting and felt quite reassured. My bed that night swayed along with the motion of the train. We had several more days of this journey through the middle of nowhere at all. We need to wire London for funds as soon as we find a bank. I'm sure they will be prompt. Not that prompt, Phidias. News. Moscow police query mysterious Frenchman. Yeah, they did. My fellow passengers were a mix of convicts, political radicals, prospectors, businessmen, and military officers. In the midst of this was a young lady, Rosa, wearing a bored expression, as she was harangued by her formidable maman. I followed her discreetly. and was surprised to discover her secret. She had fallen in love with a peasant boy in fourth class called Yik. Though their relation at the moment was somewhat limited to sharing glances of extreme passion in the baggage car. I promised I would give her any aid I could to pursue her tryst. What else could I do? Surely it would provide some entertainment on our long voyage. We crossed the Volga in the early afternoon, crawling slowly over a bridge perched on high stone pillars. The devout Russians stood and crossed themselves while looking out over the water. I could just hear the lilting, rhythmic, oar-bearing songs of the Volga boatmen over the whistle of the steamboats. Fog, help him out. Thank you, good man. I feel better. Good. Scourge. We crossed the Urals today. At the risk of sounding like a jaded traveler, I must admit that they were hardly magnificent. A heaving up of the earth and forested hills for a few hundred miles. We stopped for an hour in Ekaterinburg. Wait, I got this. Ekaterinburg, thank you. Where I spotted the young lady. Slipping off to fourth class, her worried mamma followed her soon after, demanding whether anyone had seen her daughter Rosa. I made an excuse for Rosa, gesturing discreetly in the direction of the lavatories. They were mixed-sex conveniences and a cause of much inconvenience, truth be told. Her mamma regarded me with suspicion, but, thankfully, did not outright accuse me of ungentlemanly designs upon her darling daughter. Rosa returned a half-hour hence, cheeks flushed but otherwise unharmed. She cast me a grateful glance. I could only hope her little amour would not blossom into outright scandal. We get to play lovemaker along the way. Ooh. Converse. Greetings, Rosa. Have you ever been in love, monsieur? Maybe? I need Omsk to Karamskaya. On the subject of trains, I've heard my brother always wanted to travel aboard the Canadian Pacific Railway from Gastown to Calgary. I know about that one, I don't care. Karamskaya to Beijing? Mention the train's New Orleans is linked to New York aboard the Piedmont Airline. That's nice! Beijing to where? Beijing to... crap. These are all Russia. How about Canton? Is there a route from Beijing to Canton? I would not hold out too much hope, monsieur. These are all local. There's nothing I can do here. Ussurisk. I don't know, but listen, it was once Chinese, I think. Thank you, Rosa. You are kind of useless to me. Yeah, I already know that route. Gastown to Calgary, to Regina, to Winnipeg, to everywhere else. New Orleans to where? Atlanta? And then from Atlanta to Washington and Washington to New York. Thank you. Time on board trains takes on a meditative quality. I visited the library car and met Galand, the daughter of a Mongol chieftain who was poring over a thick volume of algebra. I lamented my lack of mathematical skills aloud, and she laughed. I must study algebra if I am to be an engineer in the Imperial Army of Russia. I wish to leave behind my ancestors' warrior past. It is a new world, I observed. We may remake ourselves as we like. She laughed delighted. Just so. She folded the book close. You have traveled, monsieur. They call us barbarians, don't they? She asked. They do. I agreed. But they would not if they saw you studying. She leaned forward, eyes shining. The truth is, there is more going on in my country than most outsiders know. We are growing fast as a people. What do you mean? I asked, intrigued. This is the age of progress, she replied, tapping her books. Of systems and of thermodynamics, and my people, we have discovered some very interesting things. I was intrigued, and leaned forward to hear more. Leaned? But the girl shook her head. I won't tell you, she said and laughed. I will show you, tomorrow night on the deck. I will be there. I nodded. We conversed until supper, and she presented me with her family's sold a Mongolian horsetail banner. I do not have any need of my past, where I am going, she said. You have it. Do with it what you will. Your character is now presentable. Yay! The Mongol sold should fetch a good price in Yokohama, if we don't find a use for it. Reverse, before we get to Omsk. Greetings, madame. Pavlichenko. Yeah. I'm really not getting much. Any information on Omsk? I hear the governor of Omsk is a very important man. That's great. Can we get from Oaks? No, Olmsted goes to Urban Cooks. This is just a straight train line. Mentioned trains, I've been told my friend always wanted to take a transcontinental express from Salt Lake City to Burlington. That's great. Isarisk to Pyongyang? No idea, but I do know the quickest way to Pyongyang from here is through Irkutsk. Yeah, I know, and I can't get to Irkutsk. I don't have enough. No, that's cool. How about to the Pangsao Pass? Probably, but there is neither hotel nor bank nor market in Pangsao Pass. Well, that's good to know. Well, we're getting across America without actually being there. We arrived in Omsk today, and I stepped off the train in the company of a full score of British, Dutch, and German merchants with military officers taking their places. As the doors closed, I caught sight of Golande, who seemed surprised to see me on the platform. She made as if to call something out, but then the door slammed and the train was away down the track. Oh, how hard it can be to wonder what might have been. The cases felt light compared to the weight of my heart. Aww. We ended up getting off the train before she could show us her thingy. And I so wanted to see her thingy. Okay, let's go to the bank. We need money. My master leapt to his feet. Perhaps this place's bank will supply us with funds in good time. I regarded the manager. The local financial institute, a well-dressed, calm gentleman who met us with charming interest. You would like to take out funds, we were told? It may be a few days. 4,000 in a week. 7 days. And we need the funds. We require 4,000 pounds, I said. The manager drew a sharp breath. I will have to communicate with London first, of course, he apologized. I should have a reply in 5 working days. It seems, Monsieur Fogg remarked as we left, we have some time to dispose of. To the bank on Wednesday to collect your funds. Okay, so we have a week. Fur coat. Part of the Russian gentleman's wardrobe. A hammer. Valuable in Karimskaya, Lahore, and Agra. Ushanka. Western Star. A brilliant emerald. Worth 7,300 pounds in Pyongyang? Yes. Mongol Sud. Alright. Part of the resting recuperation set. We can do the fur coat and the Ushanka. I'm assuming the fur coat will fit, but we don't have any cash, so... We're taking the Western Star. We're going to Pyongyang. We're getting that at 7,300 pounds. Alright. So we have to wait for 4,000 pounds, and we're getting 7,300 pounds. So great. Wait 7 days. Yeah, sleep, or we can plan. Planning doesn't do us any good, if only because it takes 12. Well, we can't alter our trip. It's going to take 1,200 pounds to get to where we want to go to get down to Pyongyang. Because apparently we can't go to Vladivostok at all, and I don't even know where we're going after Pyongyang, and right now we have no money, so there's not much we can do at all. That would have been such a better route right there if we would have figured out a way to go across there. Ah! Then okay. This is actually really exciting. Sell the Mongol Sulad and buy the Russian traveling set. I'm not worried about it. We have 7 days, and we'll get 4,000 pounds out of this, so it's not super bad. But yeah, the hotel was too expensive. We had another 6 days to wait for our transfer of funds, so we made ourselves comfortable as we could. Oof. Relation with Fogg deteriorated slightly. Spent the last night on the steps of the bank itself, ready to be there once the doors opened. Ouch. Okay, so they open 11 a.m. today. Our funds will be ready to collect when the bank opens. Tapping the clock will skip time forward. Well, fine, but I'm not happy about it. 9, 10. We have money! Yeah. Okay. We returned to the bank at opening time to collect our funds, and then we were ready to proceed once more. Okay, we got our 4,000 pounds. Passepartout, perhaps you can think of something? I feel somewhat below par. Yeah, I know, boss. Okay, so we need to depart. Where can we go from here? We need to go to Kamerskaya. We're going to debark right now, and we're going to hope for the best. Oof. It will almost kill him. Whatever. Let's go!